Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is a little bit unusual, but gotta get used to it. If you're new, welcome. I'm Nina the Simple Kenyan Girl. Here we travel a lot and we talk about healthy tips. Today, if you've not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, and every tip will come right your way and every trip will come right your way. So join in. Today we'll be talking about coronavirus. It's a very, very serious topic, and a topic that's all over the world, in everyone's mouth. And thank you guys for voting on Instagram for the topic you want me to talk about. And it's a very deep topic, but I hope you get some tips and you'll be able to prevent yourself or help anyone going through it. And know the signs and symptoms, and how to protect yourself basically, because it's a very serious virus, but we can manage together. We keep the healthy life going. So what's coronavirus? Coronavirus is a large family of viruses found in both animals and humans. Some infected people are known to cause illnesses from common cold to most severe diseases such as Middle East respiratory syndrome, goodness, and severe acute respiratory syndrome. So I'll just answer some of the questions that most people ask, that is in the internet, and these questions are answered by WHO, that is World Health Organization, and it's just the new or the most recent questions that have been asked, and the most recent data collected so far. But all the updates should be there. If you want to know anything new, any update, any treatments, if they have come up with that, they'll definitely update on their website. So if you have any more questions, I think that's the best website to go. By the way, I'm not a professional in health, but I'm so passionate in that field. That's why I like explaining and researching about this kind of stuff. So I hope it helps you. It's gonna be a long video, but just stay still. Let's get right into it. Okay, so how dangerous is this virus? It's okay, as other respiratory illnesses and infections that cause mild symptoms including running nose, sore throat, cough and fever. It can lead to pneumonia. This kind of virus, it can lead to pneumonia and breathing difficulties. More rarely, the disease can be fatal, and most people who are prone to getting these diseases are older people and people with pre-existing conditions. These conditions include diseases such as diabetes or heart diseases. So that's how dangerous it can be. But there's no present evidence that companion animals or pets such as cats and dogs have been affected. So don't worry about your pets, but I'll just give you some tips on how you can prevent yourself in any circumstances. So we are right onto it. How can I protect myself from getting this disease? So first things first, wash your hands frequently. Why? But what should I use washing my hands? Soap and water. Nicely, and you dry them super dry, and use alcohol-based hand rub in your hands if they are not visibly dirty. Why should I do this? This will eliminate the virus which are on your hands. You can catch these viruses by shaking people's hands. They are mostly left on the surfaces of stuff, so it's good to just wash your hands. If you get an alcohol what's it called, alcohol based thing, just use it to rub your hands, and yeah, you're good to go. It's just like, according to my understanding in it, it's just like an infection, you see. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, I don't want to name names, but yeah. Okay, 2, maintain social distances. So this means if you're using public transport, or basically in the public area, which is mostly where we are, at least be 1 meter away or 3 feet distance between yourself and other people. This is so hard, especially in Nairobi, but when you notice someone is coughing or sneezing, or I know this is very hard to know if someone has a fever or not, but if you notice these 2 signs, I think it's better off to just keep distance, because you don't know what you're getting yourself into, you know. Why should I do this? Someone who is infected with a respiratory disease, the respiratory disease is the coronavirus. So yeah, I don't want you to get confused. So if someone is infected with it, who is either coughing or sneezing, they project small droplets containing the virus. If you are too close and you breathe, if you're too close to them, you can definitely breathe the virus. I think it's more of a cold thing when it has, or a flu thing where it goes like the season of flus, the season of colds. So you just protect yourself. So I know this question runs in everyone's mind. I was in it too, because I'm seeing people wearing masks and I'm like, should I wear a mask too? So wearing a medical mask can help limit the spread of the respiratory disease, but it's not a guarantee to stop the infection, and should be combined with other prevention measures, including hand and respiratory hygiene, and avoid close contacts. Just avoid it. So World Health Organization advises on rotational use of medical masks, thus avoiding unnecessary wastage. So this means using masks only if you have respiratory symptoms. So basically, you just don't have to wear it for your own self. You do it if you think you have the symptoms, or if you're coughing and sneezing all the time. It's better to just be protected so that you cannot spread the virus, or yeah, just not spread the virus. So who can catch these viruses? As I said before, okay, yeah, so mostly it can affect older people and people living with diabetes or heart diseases, but it can also affect people living or traveling in the area where the virus is circulating. So that's basically China. At the present now, in 2020, it's on February, it's mostly known in China, and majority of people infected have been reported from there. So if you've recently traveled from China, and you've interacted with your family members and you have this kind of symptoms, which I'll talk about, I think it's better to just seek medical help and maybe know what's happening, and maybe you can help save a lot of lives. You never know. And by doing this, you can actually help yourself to not get in the more serious infections of it, because it gets serious and it costs life, so it's that serious. So at the moment, World Health Organization is monitoring the epidemiology of this outbreak to better understand where the virus is circulating and how people can protect themselves from the infection. So it's not known yet how to protect yourself, but just be hygienically healthy, and I think that's the best you can do for now until they find a way to enlighten us on how to protect ourselves, especially people who are traveling, because yeah, it's hard to be clean all the time on the plane. So how does this virus spread? The virus spreads primarily through contacts with an infected person, for example, someone who's coughing or sneezing, or through droplets of saliva or discharge from the nose. It is important for everyone to practice good respite. That's the main thing. Like, they have been really emphasizing on good hygiene, good respiratory hygiene. That's like the main focus. Okay. In this case, they say if you sneeze or cough, definitely you sneeze, right? And then you cough using a tissue. If you're using your hands, it's okay, but make sure you don't touch someone. Just go wash your hands with soap and dry your hands, or go use the alcohol-based stuff and you're good to go. But don't cough on your hands and then you I don't want to imagine, but yeah, we need to save lives. It's 2020. So how long does this virus survive on surface? Yeah, because as I told you before, it's mostly on surfaces, and yeah, so at the moment it's still not known, but the virus survives on surface, although primarily information suggests that it survives for a few hours. So simple disinfectants, that's why they really are highly emphasizing on the hygiene stuff, because that definitely can save your life. Yeah, and it's no longer for people to be infected if you just use the right stuff. So what's the difference between illnesses caused by coronavirus or flu and cold? So people with the coronavirus, flu or cold typically develop respiratory symptoms. These, I think, are the just most common symptoms. These are fever, cough, running nose. 3. So because of their similarities, it can be difficult to identify the diseases based on their symptoms alone. So that's why laboratory tests are required to confirm if someone has the coronavirus. So World Health Organization also recommends that people who have cough, fever, or difficulty breathing definitely seek medical help, and inform healthcare providers if you have traveled within 14 days and before you develop the symptoms. Definitely tell them where you are, yeah, or if they have been close contact with someone who has been sick with the respiratory diseases. So in this case, if your family member has come from abroad or China, okay, you use the same plane, so and you notice the symptoms and you notice the symptoms coming to you, when you go to the medical personnel, just tell them what's happening. Just be open about it, don't be ashamed. Yeah, you need to save this world. Yeah, make it better by just doing the right thing. So how long is the incubation period? So what is the incubation period actually? This is the time between the infection and the onset of the clinical symptoms of the disease. So currently, incubation periods is between 1 to 12.5 days, with median estimates of 5 to 6 days. So this estimate will refine as more data become available. Yeah, there's no like definite data that says perfectly this is the percentage we know, this is the percentage we know, not yet. But based on the information of the coronavirus diseases, this can go up to 14 days, which they recommend. Okay, they're following up, but most cases just have been confirmed within 14 days. So is it safe? Yeah, people ask a lot of questions, and it's okay, there's no question that's stupid. But let's go to this question. Is it safe to receive a package from China or any other place where the virus has been identified? Definitely safe, because this, as they say, this virus doesn't stay for more than hours. So yeah, and these types of viruses don't survive long on objects such as letters or packages, so you're definitely safe to go. So people are asking, what kind of treatment should they go for when you suspect or you think you have the coronavirus? Definitely no antibiotics. Antibiotics are just for bacterial infections, not viruses. So there are no medications yet which have been discovered, but if they discover something to help us, I think they'll definitely update us and it will be all over the news. So just keep an eye on that. All right, so they do not recommend the following. World Health Organization does not recommend the following. Okay, people are asking, how can I protect myself? Should I take supplements? Blah blah blah. No. They say, okay, people have different suggestions on how they can protect themselves, but according to the World Health Organization, they say to protect, you don't have to take vitamin C to protect yourself. You don't have to smoke. You don't have to drink traditional herbal tea. You don't have to wear multiple masks to maximize protection. And taking self-medications such as antibiotics will not help. So please hear that loud and clear, because this can definitely harm your health worse than it kills you slowly. Definitely this, not the vitamin C part, the smoking and the self-medication I don't recommend. So yeah, just stay woke on that. So to sum it all up, just 3 things we should do: maintain social distancing, wash your hands frequently with alcohol-based hand rub or soap and water, running water. Let me just put it like that, because you need to be clean. And practice respiratory hygiene, the sneezing, the coughing, and when you use a tissue, definitely throw it in a closed bin, not an open bin, because I don't know if this virus is spread, and not only you who's using the bin, everyone is using the bin, and maybe you can touch somewhere and then someone else comes and touches, and then nah, it's not recommended. So another thing, avoid touching eyes and nose all the time. It happens here. Yeah, it happens, but this can save you, because most of the time when you're walking or talking, you pick up stuff and then you forget to wash your hands, and then you touch your eyes, rub your nose, yeah, this can harm you, because hands touch many surfaces which can contain the virus. If you touch your eyes, nose, you contaminate your hands and you can transfer it on yourself, because definitely this is an open area. It just goes into you. is an open area, just goes into, you know. Yeah. So if you have fever, cough, or difficulty breathing, go seek medical help. And if you have mild respiratory systems and you have not traveled in China, within China, let me just say within China, they recommend you just carefully practice basic respiratory and hand hygiene and stay home until you are recovered, if possible. If you're feeling worse, definitely seek medical help. Yeah, another thing which is very common, precaution measure when visiting live animal markets, wet markets, they emphasize on wet markets, and animal product markets. Animal product, I don't know, animals. Yeah, why? Okay, this okay, when we go to markets, we see cute dogs and cats and birds, and you want to touch them, and then you forget to wash your hands and you rub your face. You'll just get yourself in mess. So avoid that. And yeah, so basically when I hear wet markets, this just pictures me to in Australia, Perth. It just goes Fremantle Market, and in Kenya I just go to, what's it called, the I don't know, fish market in Nairobi. So yeah, just be safe and avoid consumption of raw or undercooked animal products. So nyam chom, just be careful. It won't harm to just sacrifice for the time being until we know how to control this freaking disease and how this virus, and how to just be safe, because I don't think it's worth just that one attempt to go to the market, touch a puppy, or do something and not take care of yourself enough to harm your health or just harm your family's health. Yeah, so I hope you have learned something. This will be a very long video, but I hope it helps you, it educates you. And yeah, I'll see you on Travel Thursday, so keep it tuned, turn on the notification, and stay safe, be hygienically tops, and yeah, you'll be okay. Just pray it will end soon, this nightmare. So yeah, I hope you have learned something new. I will see you next time. Stay safe.